What's up, you guys? I am here today to talk about the subject of mastitis. Oh no! Mastitis! It sucks so bad. For real, it does suck. But I just want you to know it's not the end of the world. It's gonna be okay, and you can take care of that bad boy from home by simply just doing these few things to keep yourself, first of all, from getting it, and second of all, once you do, if you do get it, you can cure it easily by doing a certain other few things, which I'll go over with you in just a second. But the first thing is to take care of your hygiene. Make sure that you keep yourself clean, and that's not with fragrance soap. Please don't use the fragrance soaps. Fragrance soaps and lotions and things like that are not good to put on your nipple, obviously, because your baby is sucking on your nipple. You don't want to get it in their mouth. That's horrible. It's like putting poison in their poor little sweet bodies. So don't do that. But wash your body with just water. Just let the water hit your beautiful breasts and cleanse them of any bacteria that's on them. That's the best way to do it. Or you can just take you a swab, I mean not a swab, but a cotton ball, and take some fresh water, and ball it off, and then put lanolin on your breast nipples, because infection comes a lot of times from all these cracks that are happening around our nipples and things like that. And you can get an infection on the outside of your breast, just like you can get one on the inside of your breast. It can become very chafed and irritated and sometimes even pussy. So you want to make sure that everything is good and not lotion down, but what we call lanolin down. Lanolin is the best thing in the world for your nipples at this point. If you're a new mom or you haven't even had your baby yet, you could still, actually start practicing this now, because it's just a really good practice, and it's not going to hurt anything anyway. But lanolin is from the sheep's skin. It is oil that is produced from the sheep's skin, and it is the most purest form of moisture that you can provide for your breast nipple at this point. And that won't hurt your baby to get in its mouth. I mean, you always put it on your breast after you cleanse your breasts with the cotton ball, in the water. Then you would put the lanolin on your breast after that had dried. You would put the lanolin on your breast, and then you let the baby feed. And then after the baby's fed a little bit, then you would put just a little bit more on, just to make sure everything's good and moisturized, and you're good to go. And another tip to keep you from getting mastitis: don't let your man suck on your booby now. You know what I'm talking about, girls. These guys want to be sucking on your titties while you trying to feed that baby. Don't let him do it. The bacteria from his mouth gets in the nipple of your breast and can infect the ducts of your breast. I don't care what anybody says. This is a real thing. I've had it happen. I know. So don't be letting that man suck on your breast. Okay, I know it sucks, but because trust me, I've done it, and that's how I got mastitis. 2 or 3 times that it's happened to me. I've had it happen more than 2 or 3 times, but trust me, it's not fun to get mastitis, okay? But it's okay. It's not, if you know these tips and tricks that I'm about to share with you, then you should be fine. Even if you do get mastitis, you'll know how to get rid of it. So basically, one of the key things to look for to know if you have mastitis is, do you have red blotches? Even if they're little tiny red blotches, if there are any red blotches on your breast, that means you're getting mastitis. So you want to knock it out now before it gets to the point where there's big red spots and blotches all over your breast. So take some garlic. Like 2 cloves of garlic. Now the baby, don't worry about baby. When the baby gets this in the breast milk, it will not hurt the baby. It won't make the baby gassy. And this is going to seem a little weird, but the babies seem to really like the way the garlic makes the milk taste. There's just something about it that really just makes them want it all the more. And that's good, because that means they're going to want to eat more. That means that you ain't got to pump your boob more, and everything is going to work itself out. And I mean that in a literal way. It works itself out, like gets the milk out of the boob. Another tip and trick, feed the baby while you have mastitis. Don't worry about the fact that there's infection in your breast. That's not going to hurt your baby at all. You need that baby to eat as much as possible to get that infection out of your breast. It's not hurting the baby. Just trust me on this. It is absolutely normal. You can even go ask through your doctor or practitioner, and that obviously is something else I'm going to go ahead and just say. I am not a doctor, and I'm by no means a professional. This is a disclaimer that I'm giving you now. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional. I'm not a consultant of any, I mean, like a professional consultant. I'm a consultant, like a sort of, midwifey kind of consultant, if you will, because I'm into natural remedies and natural health and natural well-being, and I'm just all into it, okay? So I'm sharing this video with you guys to help you, whereas I didn't get the help when I was coming up. I started out 17 years old as a mother, and I've been going ever since as a mother, off and on for 20 years. I'm 37 and I'm still a young mother. I have a 2-year-old right now that I'm still breastfeeding, so you can trust my educated opinion over anybody else's. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. This stuff is easy to control once you understand what all's going on. First of all, like I said, it's just a bacteria that gets in the titty, through the nipple, and once it gets in there, it's just the only way to get it out is to get what's in the breast out. That's basically it. And what I mean by getting it out is you will wind up having to, if you can't get the baby to drink all the milk in your boob, which is probably not going to happen, you are going to have to at some point express that milk out with a breast pump or your hands. Now, while you're using your little handheld, because don't use an electric one. If you do use an electric one, trust me, you'll see what I'm saying before long. It will hurt you. It will hurt you. It's such a vicious thing somebody created. Now, there are some of them, certain brands that are a little better than others, but ultimately they're all very painful to use. Even the ones that use the hand suction. But the one that I've been using for years is by Lanolin, or if I'm even saying Linsolin or something like that, Lanolin. Anyway, it's a really awesome company. I think I'll try to put a picture up for you of the brand at the end of the video, and that way you'll know that this is just one of the best pumps out there for hand pumping. And I just never used anything else but the hand pump. It takes about 15 minutes to express your breast, depending on how big your boobs are. Now, if you have like a triple D, yeah, you're gonna be there for about 30 to 40 minutes pumping one breast. If the baby hasn't drank any out of it, that is. Now, if you've got baby on one boob over here that's just overly produced, because sometimes a baby will favor one boob over the other, and that's a real thing. It does happen, and I've had it happen to me, so it's okay, trust me. But you got to make sure that one boob has been expressed out. All that milk's been expressed out of it. So take your hand pump and express that milk out every 2 to 3 hours as much as you can, and that'll prevent you from getting mastitis. And when you have mastitis, this will get it out of your breast. It's a slow process. It could take 3 days to get over, because if you get really good and red around your breast, you pretty much are in like flu mode. And yeah, you feel like you literally have the flu. So the best thing to do is take your time. Don't get stressed. Get you some sleep when you can. You're gonna be awake at times, but just sleep as much as you can. Pump during those times. Eat. Do what you have to do to maintain, because you can't go without your food. Because that's where your baby's getting its nutrition from. It's from years. So just make sure you take good care of yourself during this time. And eat garlic in your foods, with your foods. Eat plenty of garlic. Like I said, 2 cloves a day, will help treat the overall symptoms of the issue, you know, like the infection part. This is going to help get the infection out, but it's not going to cure the engorgement part. You've got to get the milk out of your breast. But it will get rid of the bacteria. So if you just, you know, I know some people don't like garlic. You can actually get garlic in pill form, and that's helpful too. But if you don't like garlic, the best way to treat yourself is just to get in the shower, let that hot water run over your breast, and massage your breast until you feel that tingling, stinging feeling, and then your breast just starts, milk is going everywhere. That's when you can thoroughly, you know, just take your hands and really start just helping that milk just come right on out. If you've ever had a baby and you've ever breastfed, you know what I'm talking about. But for you fresh ladies who've never done this before, basically when your milk comes down and you have that, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to take, especially while you're in the shower, you take your breast and you just squeeze it, and that milk, even it's already coming out, but it's going to come out all the more when you squeeze that breast a little bit and milk it kind of like a cow, you know. You're getting in there on those ducts, you know, and you're milking it. Okay, so that's going to get the milk out that's stuck in there. And, you know, and this is the advice I'm giving you now. Okay, take care of yourself, milk yourself as often as you can, let the baby feed as often as it can, and just be happy. And don't let nothing discourage you. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big old thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. It's gonna help me eventually keep things rolling at my home. I want to help my husband, help us, you know, succeed in life. And I feel like that helping others is one of the best ways for me to do that, because I love to help others. It's just one of my favorite things to do. I'm an at-home mom. I really, you know, I've got a lot of knowledge in a lot of different areas when it comes to health and well-being, and I want to share it with you guys as much as I can. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, like it, subscribe to it, and I will post another video as soon as I can. Love you guys. Have a blessed day or night. Peace. So this is the Lanolin Cream that I used back when I was first breastfeeding for like the first 4 months. This is the purest form of lanolin that I have found. Now a tube like this will probably cost you about $10, $11, but it lasts a very long time. As a matter of fact, I'd never even finish a tube of it before I was done needing it. But it's the best cream, I think, on the market for, you know, breastfeeding moms to use for their chafed nipples. Now this is the breast pump that I have used for like my past like 5 pregnancies, and it's the best pump out there. I feel like it's the most sturdy one. It's really easy to clean. The only downside to it is you only get 1 little bottle with it, and you know, I know you're gonna need more. You're gonna need another bottle. So, you know, you can actually purchase, they have bottles that you can buy in their brand. So I would, if I were you, I would get me like a dozen bottles or something, because you're gonna need them when it comes to, you know, pumping your breasts out and trying to get that extra milk out, if you're gonna store it at least. I have dumped a lot of mine down the drain because I had such big breasts at the time. They were just always full of milk. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that. I told you I would, and here it is. So you guys have a blessed night, and I will see you next video.